Good morning and welcome to Sunday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. Jonil, you must be just poised on the edge, waiting for me to get on here. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So, happy Sunday, everybody. If you notice I'm moving a bit slower, yeah. I was cleaning the upstairs yesterday, and after vacuuming with a vacuum cleaner that was pretty much refusing to go forward. It would go backward just fine, but forward it was throwing a hissy fit, and I was going to conquer it. Yeah. After I did that, I leaned over a clawfoot bathtub and cleaned the bathtub. And as I went to get up, my back said, we're done with this. So I spent much of yesterday on ice. And although we did go see, Diane picked me up and we went to see Michael, the movie about Michael Jackson. If you haven't gone, go. It is an amazing study in psychological mind games. Um, and the young man who plays Michael Jackson, it's a nephew of his, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So well worth seeing if you haven't yet. So today we are back to the Austin Repath Pilgrim Cards deck. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you are here. And I believe we had this card not that long ago, maybe within the last 3 months. But again, I guess we are getting the nudge that we want to take another foray through this and get a sense of, okay, we've come this far. We've made this step with it. What's a next best step? And a next best step with regard to this particular thing, self-worth, is really good. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. Glad you are here. Thank you for all the fun little things. Rainbow, a heart, and a star. Fabulous. And those stars look like they're straight out of the 50s. Good morning, Gwen. Welcome, 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 welcome. So let's start with some tapping and with some breath. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Yeah, I think there's going to be a trip to the chiropractor in my future here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just settling into right here, right now. Feeling your mind, body, spirit opening to this message. Curious about how does this fit for me? What do I take away from this? What are my nuggets? So again, Austin Repath, Pilgrim Cards deck. And our card is worth. So one more nice deep breath. Let it go. All right. Worth. You have been on the road so long, so very long. Your journey has become a dreary, grinding routine. You are swamped with the feeling that the years of your life will follow one another until one day you'll simply collapse at the roadside. That's kind of a dismal view of life, right? Again, these are the cards that start out of that nature, and you're like, where is he going with this? And at the end, it's like, oh, now I get where he's going. So hang in there with me. Desperate for a vision that will bring new meaning and purpose, you sit, half asleep under a tree, waiting for you know not what. I wonder right now how many people, and maybe they're not sitting quietly at this juncture, maybe they're more frantic about it, but are looking for a sense of meaning and purpose. In this world, the way it is, how do we find our meaning and purpose? Your mind drifts back to hills you have climbed, vistas you viewed from cliff tops, moments of meeting with others along the way. So he's kind of doing a life review here. You awaken to a sense of how far you have come and how much you have changed. A renewed strength stirs in your limbs. You are filled with a deep sense of worth. You continue on your way with a bounce in your step and joy in your heart. So, how often do we actually allow ourselves to do that? I put some of that in the the notes for this particular video. How often do we actually look at what we have accomplished, look at where we've come from and where we are now? I actually keep a done list. When I was being totally psychotic about my to-do list and it blossoming into like 3 pages worth of crap to do, yes, that got it out of my head, but there it is staring at me with 3 pages full of stuff. I decided, no, 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 I got to turn this around. So I did a done list and I wrote down the things that I did do. So, like yesterday's would have included taking some time to go sit in the park, go to a movie, have a meal out, um, all those things. And yeah, I cleaned the upstairs. Would that have been the first thing I wrote on my done list? No, all the other things would have been first. But what the done list did for me was give me perspective. And it also helped me, well, perspective in a couple of ways. First of all, in terms of how we don't pay attention to what we actually do, do. Um, Hello, Gwen, if I didn't say hello already. I can't remember if I did or I didn't. Glad you're here. Um, we focus on what is yet to do. Well, yeah, and we tend to minimize what we've accomplished and blow that off. And the unfortunate thing about doing that is then we keep the drive going. Push, 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 push relentlessly. Let's go back to relentless incrementalism. Where's enough? Where's enough for today? Okay, good enough for today. Good enough for now. Safe enough to try. Let's just move on. Let's just have some fun. Let's just take a break. Let's go. We watched the deer. We watched the geese. And this time we didn't see the baby geese, but the other day when we were there, we saw all the baby geese. It was so cool. There were 4. I think probably a lot of the nests got wet, and so I'm not sure there's going to be a whole lot of baby geese this year. But and the water is still way high. It's right up under the bridge, so we'll see. But it was fun watching the 4 little ones that were out there, so that was joyful. Um, what else do I want to say about that? So you can do a done list. You can also do some balancing between, look for some that's the word that's coming to me, is balance. Is it all work, 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 work? Or do you allow some, good morning, Carolyn, glad you're here, welcome. Do you allow some gentleness in your day? I'm going to take a cup of coffee and go sit on the porch. I'm going to go for a little stroll in the park. I'm going to play with the dog for a while. I'm going to call up someone I haven't talked to and have a chat. Do you allow some of that in your day? There needs to be a blend. Think about consuming your day as similar to consuming a meal. You don't just eat all of one thing, right? They want you to have your plate, half your plate full of salad stuff and other things, your protein source, yada yada yada, all the things. But it's a mix, it's a blend, it's diversity. Ooh, I said a swear word. It's diversity. Let's have some diversity in our daily life. Let's mix it up a bit. What all are we going to have as a part of our life? And that contemplative stuff and the appreciation for what is. Like right now, it's spring. There's so many cool things to look at. Trees budding out, grass turning green, plants popping up. Take a moment to look. Take a moment to look. I like sitting on the front porch here, just sitting on the front porch, watching traffic go past, looking at, if I peek over either edge of the porch, there's tulips, there's hyacinths, there's tulips, yeah. And I've made the decision, we need some daffodils. It's a yellow house. Daffodils against a yellow house would look really cool. So I have to get some bulbs for that. Have any of you noticed how expensive plants are at this point in time? Little bitty pot. Like what, I don't know what they call it, a 2-inch pot, $7.99. So when we buy plants, we need to take very good care of them. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you are here. Welcome. I like this. Whole bunch of you have hearts on your greetings. That's lovely. Let's send that love out into the world. So, worth, your sense of self-worth. What do you believe you deserve? And you don't have to earn it. You do not have to earn it. It is yours simply because you're walking the earth. It is yours simply because you're walking the earth. as it is with all of the other children of God who are walking the earth. Not just humans either. Animals, plants, water sources, especially water sources. So, I'd like you to put in the feed, what is it you're going to do today to honor your self-worth, to honor who you are, where you've come from, what you've all learned, something. Come up with something, some little thing that you're going to say, do, remember, honor, whatever it is. Okay? I'd love to have you post it in the feed, and I will respond when I come back around and move this post to my LinkedIn page that isn't yet robust enough for them to post it for me. We'll get there. Anyway, let me do, as long as I'm here, let's do that. If any of you are not on my LinkedIn, if you have a LinkedIn account and you want to help me get where I'm going, if you go to my LinkedIn, I believe it's the business page. There's one that has like 2,000 some folks on it, and the other one is under 100. And that's the one I need to get to 1,000 in order to have them post this stuff for me. Just bought your hanging baskets. I think you're going to have them hanging in the garage for a bit. Yes. There's actually a place I used to go in the UP where I would buy the hanging baskets for the front of the motel. And the previous owner had said when she started doing this, their room sales went way up. She said it's usually about $300 a summer. And now I'm sure it's much more, probably 400, but they were like $23 a pot, and I'd get a whole bunch of them. And by the end, good morning, Mary, glad you're here. By the end of the summer, they would be hanging down all the way to the railing, the porch railing. They were beautiful. And there were so many people. I'd be sitting on the front porch just watching traffic go by on Highway 2, and people would drive up and turn around and come back. We thought we'd stay with you. We're sure that this place is a very nice place to stay because your flowers are beautiful. It was the best advertising I did. And I loved those flowers because you'd hear the hum of the hummingbirds. I mean, it was right off the highway, but the hummingbirds loved it. Every once in a while, there'd be a little toad, little green toad sitting on top of the railing. So it was, those flower baskets were fabulous. Yeah, I really enjoyed them. Thank you for the memory. I appreciate that, Gwen. So, you all have a fabulous Sunday. Enjoy your day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including honoring your own self-worth. See you tomorrow. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good day, Beth. Bye-bye.